Good evening, students.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening, sir.
Um,
Evening, sir.
let's start. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Before we start, let me have your attendance first, okay? Um, First Day,
Present, sir.
Rosalejos,
Present, sir.
Suiko,
Abs-
Present.
Suik. Oh, okay, you're here. Raffles,
Present, sir.
Pingol, Pingol, are you here?
Sir, I think she can't make it because I think she have
Absent,
problems with
sir.
her internet.
Okay. So I guess she will have her presentation tomorrow. Okay. So the other day, I have sent you the video, and I think you have seen the video, and I know that you have picked your topic today, and that I know that you will have your presentation tonight. Okay, so are you ready, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, good luck.
Ready na, sir.
So okay, let's start. Let me start. First, first presenter. Um, okay, the prevention for cross contamination on self service. So who will be the one to discuss this?
Rosalejo, sir.
Rosalejos. Okay, we can start, Mr. Rosalejos.
Prevention cross contamination self-service area. Kanang prevention. It can implement supervision self-service area should be monitored by food worker who has been trained in keeping these are safe. Second, sneeze guards. Third, serving utensils. Fourth, dishes. Five, when to throw food away. Sneeze guards. This is usually accomplished by a sneeze guard, also known as food guard or food shield, installed over the self-service equipment. These guards protect food from yes, sneezes and other incidents that could spread germs to food. Serving utensils. Provide a serving utensils for each food item offered in self-services area. This practice should discourage customers from touching the food with their bare hands. It also helps protect customers with food allergies. For example, if if cheese offered in a salad bar does not have a corresponding utensil, someone may use a utensil provided from another food, like the peas, to handle the cheese. If that customer then returns the utensils to its original container, the peas will have been cross-contacted by dairy allergies. Any customer with a dairy allergy who then eats the peas may suffer from allergic reactions. Next is dishes. Each time customers return to a self-service area, they must use a clean dish for their food. This measure may seem wasteful or unnecessary, but it actually very important. Customers who add food to a dirty dish may accidentally touch the dish with the food serving utensils. Any germs that spread to the serving utensil will then go straight back to the food that everyone eats. It's a good idea to post a sign itself service areas reminding customers of this rule. Also because it's so important that customers use clean dishes at self-service areas. Establishments are responsible for keeping dishes and utensils at self-service area will stock. Next, when to throw food away. If you have reason to suspect that food in a self-service area has been contaminated, It is best practice to throw the food away and replace it with a fresh batch in a cleaned and sanitized container. It's unfortunate and to let food go to waste, but the first priority must be customer safety. That's all the prevention for cross contamination self services areas, sir.
Okay, so thank you, Mrs. Rosalejos. Okay, I can see that in your presentation, you are have the full knowledge of your topic, and uh, I just observed that you have the lacking of introduction. Okay, on the okay, you have difficulty on uh, having an introduction to your topic. Okay, next time, practice to have your introduction. Okay, of your
I
topic,
will,
but
sir. Thank you.
you have well presentation. Okay, it is good, and yeah. So for the presentation, I'll give you 25. Communication 25. Knowledge of the topic 50. Okay, I'll give you 100 for this one.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, next. Um, Temperature control. Who will be the one to discuss this temperature control?
Me, sir.
Okay, Miss Wiko. Is that right, Miss Wiko?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you may go on.
So temperature
Excuse me, Miss
control.
Wiko, can
This
you?
is just a short discussion about temperature control. First, let me tell you what is temperature control. Temperature control, it is a fundamental principle of food safety. It refers to ensure it is ensured to control food to serve that it will be safe. Excuse me, sir. Can I turn off my cam?
Yes, you can. You can.
Let me continue. Failure to do so can result in foodborne illness outbreaks, lawsuits, fines, and poor inspection ratings. Temperature control or TCS food or the temperature control for safety is the food that needs time and temperature control. Examples for this are milk and dairy products, eggs, meat, poultry, sliced fruits, and vegetables. To keep TCS food safe, they must be kept out in a danger zone. The danger zone is the temperature range between 41 degree Fahrenheit to 135 degree Fahrenheit because when we sit the food in the temperature danger zone, bacteria can grow faster and other toxins that can make us sick. To avoid this, to avoid the danger zone, hold cold food below 41 degrees Fahrenheit and hold hot foods at 135 degrees Fahrenheit or warmer. And the most important thing to do is to check and document the temperature at least every 4 hours. That's all for the temperature control, sir. Nothing else. Thank you.
Okay, so it is a short topic. So I have a question. You have mentioned the temperature using Fahrenheit. Okay. Can you convert those Fahrenheit to Celsius? Celsius, those temperature danger zone. You have mentioned it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can
So
you?
41 degrees Fahrenheit, sir, is minus 5 degrees Celsius.
Okay. And the other one,
For the 135 for 1 Fahrenheit is -10.
-10 degrees Celsius.
Yes, -10.56 degrees Celsius.
Okay. So the temperature danger zone is 5 degrees 5 degrees Celsius and negative 10 degrees Celsius?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me correct you. Okay, the temperature danger zone, correct? 5 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius. Okay, it's not negative 10 degrees Celsius.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so if you say negative 10 degrees Celsius, it will be um, frozen. Okay, 5 degrees Celsius is cold. Negative 60 degrees Celsius is a bit warm. Okay, so just make sure that your food does the temperature of your food does not um come to the temperature danger zone. Okay, which is the 5 degrees Celsius and 60 degrees Celsius. Okay, just maintain the temperature of your food outside of that zone. Okay, so for your presentation, I'll give you 25. For the communication, I'll give you 25. Knowledge of the topic, I'll give you 49. Okay, so your score will be 99 over 100. Okay, so
Thank you,
next,
sir.
yeah, you're welcome. Next, cleaning and sanitizing processes. So I guess it's you, Miss Raffles. Is this yours, Miss Raffles, or uh is it on Miss Pingol? Hello, Mrs. Raffles. Miss Raffles.
Sir,
Um, what's your topic?
about cleaning and sanitizing process.
Okay, so I think you're with the one. So
I'm gonna.
are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, start.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, classmates. I will talk about cleaning and sanitizing process. Cleaning removes dirt and impurities from surfaces or objects. So we so when you say cleaning, we are we are already familiar with that. We do it always, every day, everywhere, and anytime. Cleaning in your houses or in office or in classroom. So sanitizing lowers the number of germs on surfaces or objects to a safe level. In this situation, pandemic, we do always al- use alcohol in order to sanitize our hands. Uh, so the the 5 steps in cleaning and sanitizing. The first one is remove foods, bits, or dirt on the surface. The second, wash the surface. The third one, rinse the surface. The fourth, sanitize the surface. And the last is allow the surface to air dry. That's all, sir.
Um, have you mentioned about sanitizing?
About sanitizing, sir.
Yes.
Sanitizing is to lower to to reduce the germs.
Okay. Can you give an example of how to sanitize?
um like use alcohol, sir.
Okay. Uh, is that uh is that the only one?
What, sir?
Is that the only one example to uh use to sanitize just the alcohol? For example, you are cleaning your sink. Do you use alcohol to sanitize your sink?
No, in no, sir, in hand.
So what do you use?
In um like
Okay, take your time. Take your
detergent,
time.
like detergent, sir.
Detergent powder. Okay,
Yes,
what
sir.
else?
Or Zonrox.
Is on rocks. Okay. Yes, you can use sunrocks. Okay, so in cleaning and in thank you guys. Thank you, Miss Raffles. So guys, in cleaning, make sure to use the three bucket system. Okay, first the rinse. Next is use the another bucket for the soap. Then next bucket is for the rinsing again. Okay, so you can clean your surfaces better. Okay, so Miss Raffles, your presentation, um, I'll give you 24. The communication, I'll give you 25. Knowledge of the topic, I'll give you 49. So guess your score will be 98 over 100. So okay, guys, I have um I have observed that you had um that you uh studied well your topic, and I can see that most of your scores uh, in knowledge of the topic is very high. Good evening, class.
Good evening, Sir
Good
Perez.
evening, sir.
Okay. So
Good evening, sir Perez.
okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So yesterday, um, your classmates had their um presentation about the topic that I've given to your class, and uh Miss Pingol is absent, and Mr. Versidi is present at the time. But um, before the class before the class started, he messaged me, and he said that um, he can present his topic because the file that he prepared was deleted. Is that right, Mr. Versidi?
Yes, Sir Perez. I wasn't
Oh,
able to recover it, so I had to make another one for this presentation.
so you had messaged me minutes before the class, so it is understandable. So tonight you'll be having your report your topic with Miss Pingon, okay?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So now I know your topic because you've mentioned yesterday. So I guess the first one to start the start to report is Miss Pingol, right? Um, the importance of proper
Yes,
personal
sir.
hygiene.
I'm the
Okay,
first
importance
one
of
here.
proper personal hygiene. So you can start now.
So, hello, good evening, everyone. So, I'm here to discuss about the importances of proper hygiene and proper sanitation in kitchen. So, our main purpose of that is to prevent and reduce the risk of transferring bacteria from an unclean surface to clean equipment. So, I will share these tips to perform the duties to reduce the risk of foodborne illnesses. So this includes proper hand washing and proper uses of gloves and the proper different proper designated hand washing area and the proper storage of utensils and materials used in cooking. Okay, so the first one is The CDC and FDA recommend washing with soap and water for at least 20 seconds prior to food preparation or consumption. So
Miss Pingor, are you still there? Okay, I guess we'll just have to wait to Miss Pingor. I think she's having a technical problem, internet problem. Okay, so just we'll just wait for a while.
So here are I will teach you the proper hand washing. So first is rinse hands in warm running water. So apply enough soap to
Isa, isa.
create a thick lather. Or,
Pabato katong
okay,
napakasa katong ang World Health Organization kay ni nagkuan ba
ask
nagpapanog
FDA, Food and Drug
FDA,
Administration.
FDA. So nakagipanghisgot nga kana
FDA, okay, okay.
katong hand washing atong
Siya
tuberculosis
nakalimutan.
ano. Okay. Sige, balik ka sa katong FDA day.
Sige, sa FDA. I'll try to remember.
Sige, sige. Kuha na. Ikatra mo na ko ni.
So, according to FDA, food employees should wash their hands anytime they enter food preparation area. So they also state that also if you put gloves, wash hands before it. So anytime before you start preparing food or start preparing the materials. So after touching anything bare part of your body, for example, scratching nose or arm, or after entering the toilet, and also after coughing, sneezing, and blowing nose. So, and also handling raw foods and aquatic foods. So, here are the steps in proper washing of hands. So, the first one is rinse hands in warm running water and apply enough soap to create a thick lather or the amount of soap recommended by the manufacturer. The next step is rub hands vigorously at least 20 seconds while ensuring the dirt is removed from under your fingernails. And rinse hands under clean running water and dry hands using disposable towel or a heated hand drying device. So, and by turning off the faucet and closing the door, use disposable towel to avoid recontaminating your hand and never wipe your hands to apron. So, all in all, good sanitation is one of the most important priorities in kitchen. So, let's maintain the cleanliness of kitchen and it is also for to increase lifespans. That's all. That's all, sir. Thank
That's
you.
all. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So this is my question. So why should a person practice personal hygiene, especially if they work on the kitchen?
So to stop the spread of bacteria that are living in our um that are surrounding in our equipments, and for also um to to increase lifespans. That's all.
Lifespan of.
Lifespan of people that to prevent sickness.
Mm, okay, okay. Okay, so my comment for your presentation is first um you know your topic. Um And next, you had answered my question very well, and I just hope that next time that you would present is um, give more example, you know, and um, be precise on the top. Be focused on the topic. Okay, so your topic is um, importance of proper personal hygiene. Okay, so you have to uh, say the importance. Okay, so just stick to
Okay,
the
sir.
topic. Okay, next time. So for your communication skills, I'll give you 24. For your presentation, I will give you get 24, and for the knowledge of the topic, I'll just give you 49. Okay, so all in all, you have 97, 97
Okay,
over
sir.
100.
Thank you.
Okay, okay,
Okay,
so
sir. Thank you. Well appreciated.
next, Mr. Verside.
Okay, sir. I will report about uh wait, excuse me, sir. I'll report about prevention of cross contamination in storage and proper way of preparing uh for prevention of cross contamination. So, uh, cross contamination. Wait, excuse me, sir. Wait, so, okay. So, cross contaminations are mainly caused by pathogens or microbes that may contaminate food. They are the main reason or the main cause of foodborne illnesses. They cause contamination that are spread in many ways. Examples of ways you can spread microbes or pathogens are bad habits in the workstations. Examples are smoking, eating and drinking in workstations, being dirty or unhygienic, improper wearing of kitchen attire, being ill or attending an ill person, and wearing accessories and jewelries in the work area. So, here are some ways to prevent contamination in storage and ways to prepare properly. So, first is separate ready to eat and raw materials to avoid contamination, as because raw materials may contain microbes or pathogens can be that can go to ready to eat food. Next is when storing food, uh, follow a certain order if you are storing it in a refrigerator from top to bottom. So here is the order from top to bottom. So at the uppermost is ready to eat food. At the lower level of the ready to eat food are the seafood. Next are whole cuts of beef and pork. And next is ground meat and fish. And the last are whole and ground poultry. So that's the order of how you properly store your food in storage facilities such as refrigerators. So next, uh, another rule in storing your food properly is to store it above the floor and away from the walls. It should be at least 6 inches minimum away from those two, like the floor and the wall. So just grab a ruler, or maybe if you can memorize how long a 6 inches is, you can use that tip to prevent pathogens and microbes present in the wall and floor from going into your food. So here are some infection control rules that you can follow. So one of the very important rules that you need to follow is to always sanitize your kitchen tools and workplace before working, so to prevent the growth and or spread of pathogens and microbes. Next, never work with ready-to-eat food and raw materials simultaneously, as this may cause cross-contamination from raw materials to the food that is ready to eat. So next, ready to eat food should not touch non sanitized raw materials, as this can, as what I said earlier, can cause cross contamination from raw materials to the ready to eat food. And last but definitely not the least is rinse vegetables with water warmer than it. So you can another tip is you can also pull apart the vegetables or maybe cut it in appropriate uh, cuts so that you can thoroughly wash it and remove dirt, bacteria that are hidden beneath the vegetables, um, or some other products that you may use. So that's all, sir. Thank you.
Okay, okay. So here's my question. Um, give an example of pathogen on a raw material. You have said earlier that there are pathogens and microbes on the raw materials or raw ingredients. So can you give me at least one?
An example is or are bacteria and pathogens that are found on dirt, such as maybe amoebas or
Okay.
some viruses. Maybe viruses that are present when you first planted the food on the ground. Yes, because sometimes, sir, when you work in a farm, maybe you are sick, so maybe the viruses have been like passed down from the person to the ground and might still be living there when you harvested the food or raw materials, sir.
What about
So
meat?
meat. Well, sometimes, sir, animals tend to be very dirty, such as, let's say, very populated warehouses that contain cows or chickens. They can pass a lot of diseases to each other. Examples sir, is for pigs. Sometimes pigs sir, can have E. coli because they tend to live in dens that contain feces. So yeah, E. coli can be found on pig pens, but not all the time, sir. Depending on how sanitary the pig pens are.
Okay, very well answered. So for your presentation, I will give you 25. For your communication, 25, and the knowledge of your topic. I can see that you have um, studied it well and you have presented it well. So I'll give you 50. Overall, you have a perfect score of 100. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So next week I will be meeting you. Okay. So tell your classmates that I'll be meeting you next week, and I'll give you um short quiz about the presentations that you have presented to me. Okay. So are you satisfied with your scores?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Yeah. So I guess this is it. So good evening, good night, and have a great day. Have a great night. I mean, bye.
Goodbye, sir.